Welcome to Gospel Bytes.
Greetings and welcome to Gospel Bytes, where we take a bite of the Gospel for the day. Today is Sunday, July 19th. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Glory to you, O Lord. This is taken from Matthew 13, verses 24 to 43. Jesus put before the crowds a parable. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to someone who sowed good seed in his field. But while everybody was asleep, an enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and then went away. So when the plants came up and bore grain, then the weeds appeared as well. And the slaves of the householder came and said to him, Master, did you not sow good seed in your field? Where then did these weeds come from? He answered, An enemy has done this. The slave said to him, Then do you want us to go and gather them? But he replied, No, for in gathering the weeds you would uproot the wheat along with them. Let both of them grow together until the harvest. And at harvest time I will tell the reapers, collect the weeds first and bind them in bundles to be burnt. Gather the wheat into my barn. Jesus put before them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that someone took and sowed in his field. It is the smallest of all the seeds, but when it has grown, it is the greatest of shrubs and becomes a tree so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches. He told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed in with 3 measures of flour until all of it was leavened. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, so Jesus tells us 3 parables, and one of them is the famous parable of the weeds and the wheat. You know, the weeds growing together with the wheat. A farmer always has a hard time with that because sometimes you have to separate them, and you don't know when is the good time to do that. And in the story of Jesus, he said, yes, let them grow together, and on the day of the harvest, then we will separate them. You know? Sometimes we wonder, how come good people suffer and the bad people prosper and they live together? You know? And I think this is true, that God allows evil um, to go on, to the point that some people even think that evil has its way, and it will be like that for the rest of eternity. No, he explained that uh, the 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 enemy has planted the the weeds, because it was God who planted the wheat. The wheat are the children of the kingdom, people who obey God, people who acclaim God as king. But then the enemy also sowed weeds. When they're little, you don't really see the difference between the two. And these are the children of the enemy, the children of the devil. These are the ones who imitate the, the works of the devil. They lie, they cheat, they do evil things. No? So you cannot say you're the son of God, you're a child of God, if you are doing the ways of the devil. Now, when God waits to the end, He does not pull them uh, early, because can you imagine you have, let's say, a child who is innocent, but his parents uh, are drug addicts or criminals. Imagine if God pulled them out. Yeah, this little child will be left an orphan, because our roots are all entangled. No, the good and the bad people are all related. We have relations, and and God doesn't want to uproot the the good, the wheat. No, So he waits, and that's why sometimes we think just like, oh, God is allowing these evil things to happen. No, no, but not forever. No. In the end, justice will be served. There will be the separation of the good and the bad, and the good will receive their reward, and the bad will receive their punishment. So there is no escaping the justice of God. We just need to be patient. No? So the parable teaches us that in the end, it is God who is the just judge. He is the one um, who who decides, or he's the one who rewards or grants punishment to the good or the bad. So don't worry. Nobody gets away with the justice of God. That's why we should not judge one another, because that's not our job. That's the that only God has the right to do that. So be patient. Justice will be served. Just continue doing good. Be faithful to the Lord and pray. Pray that we will all be good wheat. I'm Father Jerry Zambrano for another edition of Gospel Bites. God bless you. Have a nice day.